and welcome back to another episode of I Guess You Shouldn't Smoke Cigarettes and Not Eat. I'm your host, Kaylee Carpenter.
And I'm Mandy Cal.
And we are back with another episode, episode 5, season 37, Good Vibes and Gladiator. Doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, what an embarrassing title.
Quoting Gabo, I guess. Speaks limited English, that's okay. Okay, so after the challenge, Nisa is explaining that Amber is pissed, obviously, because she didn't think Fessy would pull the trigger on her, and since Esther had no relationship with Amber, it made it an easy decision to throw her in. This is just how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are very valid points. We see that Emmanuel gets a note from Michelle that says something like, you dance for the queen so you can do anything, and he's all sad because it's his first day without her.
And then Tori's already looking to move in, though.
Yeah, because Tori confronts him and was like, did you ever tell her that you loved her to his face? And he's like, no. Obviously they were not in love. And then a producer asked Tori where she wants things to go with him, which is very bold, and she just laughs and says, he's cute, she guilty.
I feel like Tori wants to hook up with half the guys on the season, which do you, girl?
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, like, don't hook up with Fessy.
But the thing is, I just don't think she does with any of them. She talks about, like, Ed, there was Kells.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if she's just flirting or just, like, messing around. Or
I think Kells was messing around, the other two are flirting.
Yeah. Yeah, her and Kells, I forgot. It seems like so long ago.
I know, that was like last season almost.
It was. Like, oh yeah, she kind of did have a love interest. Weird. Okay, so then Gabo is talking to Nani about he's not safe anymore. Obviously, rookie pair. And he wants to save his family so bad with the money, but he also wants to buy sports cars and watches, and he wants to party all day and night. And there's like graphics for it. So his priorities are straight. And yeah, he's next on the chopping block because of the vet alliance.
And honestly, I appreciate the honesty. Like, yes, everyone wants to help out their family, but he's like, also, I will live a great life.
Yeah, but he says it like, I want to help my family, but really, I want sports cars and watches.
I mean, an honest man.
Yeah, I guess we have to respect that. Next, a scene of Josh and Amber talking, of course, and Amber's crying because she's always bottom of the barrel in the Big Brother alliance. And going forward, she isn't going to be dumb or naive anymore. And Fessy just sparked a fire in her ass, which I thought was a disturbing thing to say in your
Well,
face.
also, blah, blah, blah. I've heard these same lines before.
Yeah, it's just like 3 episodes. Just so many episodes of all the same stuff.
I just don't care anymore about Amber.
Yeah, no one else does in the house, you can tell. So, and also Josh never told Amber that she could possibly be on the chopping block.
Josh is being the shady one.
In the end, yeah.
Yeah.
He should have.
That's your partner, and you protected Fessy. Like, okay.
Okay, yeah, it's on you. So he's apologizing, I guess. And obviously, Josh says Fessy needs to say sorry and own up what he did, or Josh will be his biggest enemy in the house. Real threat.
He must do right by me. And I just don't understand when people say that, what they mean.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
They always say it, like, in that way, that sentence.
They must do right by me. It's like, okay, cool, what does that mean? Can you be specific?
Please tell us. So then there's a scene of Fessy who's bitching that Amber never talked to him once until Josh told her that he might say her name. So now, that's what I wrote. Did Fessy say that?
I think, well, I don't even know if Amber and her, or maybe Amber and him did talk and he said he wasn't going to.
Probably, but then, so did Josh tell her or not? Because it sounds like Josh didn't, but then Fessy's saying, well, Fessy probably doesn't know shit anyway.
Oh yeah, so who knows how it happened? I don't think Amber was completely blindsided. I think she thought Josh had talked Fessy out of it.
Probably.
But, like, it's not that big of a blindside. It is annoying. He should have went with, like, Emmy or, like, Bettina or something. But he wanted to go after Amber B because Amber B has been talking shit on him, you know, blah, blah, blah.
He wasn't thinking long-term game, and I don't know. I think he just assumed she would have power and, like, throw him in immediately, which now that you look back at what she was saying in the beginning, I don't think she would have, because she did take the line seriously, at least according to her talking head interviews.
Or, like, not enough to be able to throw him or Casey in because Josh is her partner. Like,
yeah, that too. They're partners.
Like, for Fessy, she was in the best position for him because Josh was her partner. Throwing her in and having her come back and switch partners to someone that's not really, like, one of his, like, people in Devin, like, hurts his game more because now she's more likely to throw you in.
Yeah.
It was a dumb move. Like, it was too early. But, like, do you?
Whatever. It's, like, the whole storyline of the season.
I know, I hate it. Like, let's move on. We get it. There's a vet alliance. There's a big brother alliance. Amber's at the bottom of the barrel. Amber's very upset about it.
Okay. Amber was last to come in. I don't know what you expect. Like, you're going to get thrown in, and you're a huge threat. You won.
Also, you don't hang out outside the show. Like, if I knew that people were friends outside of the show, like, I would know I was obviously, like, even if we were cool in the house, it's different. You know, you're on a reality show. When you're actually friends in real life, that's a separate, more serious thing, you know?
Yeah, it's like a Survivor Alliance because, what was it? Was her name Michaela or Michelle, the first girl that got eliminated?
Yeah, Michaela got eliminated first because everyone assumed she was in alliance with Tommy and Michelle, but she didn't even really know Tommy and Michelle.
Nope, it was just Survivor.
Survivor.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Take a note. So, they're like, where are Amber and Josh? I think Tori says that. Or no, who says that? I don't know.
Well, I think someone asked where Josh was, and then Tori, like, peeks her head out and goes, they're having a fucking notebook moment outside, crying and hugging in the rain. And it's like, they really are super dramatically hugging and crying.
Yeah, it's so
and I
weird.
assume it was, like, probably, like, sprinkling out.
Yeah, and it was probably a really long conversation because they both talk a lot.
Yeah, but also it's like, Amber, you're back.
Yeah.
You're back in the house. You won. Why are you guys crying? Like, it's just so embarrassing. They're so dramatic.
I hate it. So, yeah, they're having a moment. Sorry, Casey still doesn't understand why Josh is putting his game in the line for Amber, and she doesn't trust Amber at all. And Fessy still has, you know, his ego, so he doesn't feel like he has anything to apologize for, even if it helps his game out. He literally says that. He's an idiot.
Fessy, a man.
Fessy, a man. Does not care. So then we get a Nelson and Berna scene. They're sharing food. Nobody cares. And then Logan and Big T are having more moments of practice fighting and rolling around on the ground. And Logan loves her personality again. And Big T wants things to go farther romantically.
Get your hind out of the gutter.
Yeah, she's classy.
She meant a date.
Made no sense.
No.
And Anissa says there's never been so much romance in the challenge house. It's been a long time since we've seen so many hookups.
I know.
And at least they're showing us, because I know in past seasons there's been hookups, but they haven't like shown it to us.
Yeah, I feel like they're only showing us like relationship ones. You know, like not like
anymore
in a relationship, but they're like have a house relationship. You know,
yeah,
where it's not like, because there's a lot of people that I think randomly make out. They're always drinking. They're all hot. You know,
yeah.
Why not?
They're all always together.
Yeah, I mean that's bound to happen. So I don't think they show all like the makeouts and stuff like that.
No, they really don't. But Anissa wants to know where her person is, and that makes me sad. But I think she's better than all those people there.
Also, she's quite a bit older, so I don't think it'd be age appropriate for her to be hooking up with anyone but CT. But CT is married, so
is he still married?
I have no clue, honestly. He has a nice body, though. Congratulations.
I know. Don't be married anymore.
I think they are still together. They had like issues at the beginning of the pandemic, like a lot of I think couples did.
Yeah. Well. We wish him the best. Yep. CT.
Good luck in your marriage. No judgments.
Okay, so next, Huey and Nany are talking at night. And I don't know why I said at night.
To set the scene.
There you go, everyone. You're welcome. And she's flattered that she was chosen. And she's hyping him up. I mean, she says that Huey has shown up for every challenge, even if he freaks out here and there. And Huey promises that he's not going to let her down. He's going to stop being naive and just listen to Nany. And then there's another scene of Gabo and Emmy talking, and they're just sad.
Also, Huey takes that advice for approximately 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He's just full of shit. Everything he says is not true. He does not do.
He just says things that's going to get on air. I just hate everything that Huey is.
Like, he has, like, self-realization in his talking head interviews, and he's like, I'm never gonna do this again, and then he just repeats everything, and that just keeps going.
Yep, such the cycle of life.
There's gonna be a lot more drama with him. I just want
I
him
can't
to lose.
wait for him to go home.
I know, and I hope he never comes back. So yeah, Gabo and Emmy are talking. Oh my gosh, I'm so sick of saying rookie pair, but they are a rookie pair, everybody.
An R, if you will.
An R. And Emmy's pissed because they're definitely next, and she doesn't really get why Gabo's not pissed. And Gabo only has good vibes or Gladiator. And he's been having a good time so far. He just, I don't know, he's there to party, right?
Yeah, and I mean...
But everyone loves him.
Yeah, he's, like, been safe with Nany, and he, I think, just listens to everything Nany says, and so, like, it's an easy partnership for her.
He does stay low, and does have relationships with vets and stuff, so he's been able to be under the radar.
Yeah.
And so Gabo, they need to win the challenge tomorrow to not go in elimination, and Gabo wants to prove that he deserves to be there. The usual stuff.
Well, I do also like in the beginning where Gabo's like, how are you doing? Emmy goes, depressed.
Oh yeah, that's all she says.
I am depressed, Gabo.
I love their English.
And then he was like, me too. I've also been walking around feeling anxious. And I was like, we got buzzwords going.
Whoa, deep thoughts are happening. Therapy session. Next up, we have challenge day. Woo. That's so excited we are. And it is called Minefield. And TJ explains that you and your partner will start at the detonation station and go in opposite directions through obstacles to retrieve puzzle pieces. The last puzzle piece will be in your partner's safe and can only be unlocked by solving a math problem.
The end, when they finish
they
the puzzle,
just do the cube, right?
Yeah, they do the cube, and then I'm pretty sure the producer gives them okay, puzzle. And then they pull a lever. I don't think the puzzle is at all connected to the lever. They just literally get an okay, and then they're the ones that get to detonate the bomb.
Yeah, that's lame. Anyway. And Devin just screams, I was born in the mud!
And DJ goes, oh shoot. That's true, he is a pig. And like Devin didn't look like he liked that response, but it was fucking funny.
It was so funny. I loved it. So yeah, Tori says it looks like boot camp. There's like fields of mud with a rope grid.
Yeah, and like we will say, like this is a rope net, kind of like you have to army crawl under it.
Yeah.
It is made of rope and not barbed wire like they show in the movies. So the only two people that I saw actually using the strategy to like push up instead of just army crawl so they could move faster was CT and Berna. Yeah,
because you can push up. And it's just funny because they're doing that the whole time, and I don't think many people take notes.
No.
They are not paying attention at all.
So Berna moving through that was insane.
So fast.
She was literally like holding one of the puzzles like a baby cub. Yeah. And then using one arm and two legs to like crawl. I was like, that's insane.
Because everyone else was like on all fours, like throwing their puzzle piece and then getting to it. That was to take it so much more time. Yeah. And so much more work. I don't understand. But we find out later these people are not the smartest.
They cannot do math equations.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. And, okay, so there's just a lot of scenes, very cut up. We were complaining about it. And, yeah, so far it looks like Berna is killing it. And Emmanuel, we just see him sprinting ahead, like Jeremiah comments about it.
Him being the Flash.
Yeah, and it looks like Anissa and Logan are doing really well. And so first Berna comes to the math problem, and Berna took circus and not math.
Also, though, can we talk about, I wrote down this equation. So it's 1,000 divided by 5 times 8 plus 700 minus 50. That shouldn't be that difficult.
No.
And Devin's line where it's like half or a third of the people on this cast can't divide by 2. How are you still alive? Like, is one of the best questions I've heard all season.
It's so true. It's the best quote.
I don't know. It's not that difficult, guys.
It's really bad. Casey can't minus 50. They're all stumped. I think this took a lot longer than what we could see, obviously.
Yeah, because if you got the wrong numbers, you'd have to go back and do the equation again.
Yeah, so that probably happened like a couple times, and we just didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yikes. So then the worst thing in the world happens next, and Anissa like slips on one of those stepping stones on the wall and falls really far on her shoulder. Like,
yeah, she was pretty much at the top of that wall.
Yeah, she was. And her shoulder's out. You can kind of tell. It looks really bad. And paramedics come, and she just says she wants a painkiller and to keep going, basically.
Yeah, she said pop it back in. And then they were like, okay, no, get into the ambulance. And then when she got into the ambulance, she was like, I can't breathe. And it's like, maybe we go to the hospital now.
Yeah, so they truck to the hospital, and Logan is so worried.
Also, Logan randomly has blood on his face, too.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't know where the blood came from on some of these people.
Yeah, what were the sharp objects?
I have no clue.
There's no sharp objects.
No, because it's a string rope.
Yes.
I mean, maybe if they ran face first into the wall.
Yeah, or the stones, whatever.
I guess.
The corners. I don't know. Maybe he scratched himself.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe just put his face in the mud and accidentally bumped it too
hard. Okay, so CT's realizing that his partner cannot do math, and he just needs a partner that can do an 8th grade math problem. Huey can't open his safe. Somehow Nelson opens his safe, and Gabo is still stuck there trying to solve the math problem.
Gabo's having a full-on panic attack, it looks like.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because it's like, you know that moment where you're just like, I can't fucking do this, and he's just flipping out, and it's like, oh, bud, you just need to calm down.
And yeah, they say, like, on their official podcast, Anissa says they stopped for so long because she got hurt, so they had so much time to figure out that math problem. And Gabo still couldn't figure it out.
It's like, and there's plenty of mud you could write that with. It's just like, kind of work it out, you know?
Yeah, like, definitely write it out. That would help.
Go backwards. Like, if you have that beginning where you're like 1,000 divided by 5, just take it backwards. Be like, okay, so if I do 5 100s, that does not get me there. If I do 5 200s, that's it.
There's no way they can figure out that math, though.
First part of the problem is now finished.
Or just 10 divided by 5, like, that's all you have to do. That's what I would do.
Yeah, maybe they don't know how to, like, remove zeros and add them back in at the end. Shout out Northview Education. I can't even remember a single math teacher right now.
Shoot, I don't remember their names.
All that's coming to mind is Combs, and that's physics.
Miss Combs.
We did use numbers in there.
We did. There was a lot of math. Algebra.
Algebra.
Which
is harder than this fucking multiplication problem.
So much harder. I wish I was good at it. Did you take FST?
What are you saying?
Do you remember FST?
What's FST?
You don't remember FST?
No.
Did you have to take it? It was like functions, statistic, and
trigonometry.
Yeah, we took it junior year, unless you were ahead in math.
Yeah, so I got out of it by being able to take advanced algebra again. So I took algebra.
Oh, I feel like I remember that.
Yeah, I took advanced algebra my like freshman year.
Oh, yeah, because it changed.
Yeah, and then I took algebra 2, which was literally the same class. Got out of that, and then was able to go straight to pre-calc. And then I dropped pre-calc second semester because we didn't need that many math credits.
Yeah, I got. Like,
and I went into AP Econ to fuck around in Miss Hughes' class.
AP Econ. Oh my god, that must have been hard.
Oh, the tests were not easy.
Yeah, Huey can't open his safe. God was still trying the math problem. Casey and Emilian are the first one to get their puzzle pieces to solve on the table, and then CT and Berna come in, and CT takes over. I think they won so quickly, like they made it seem a little dramatic, but I think it was like that, and the bomb went off.
Well, it didn't. See, this is what I hate about not knowing what places people are in, because I know Emmanuel and Casey were doing their puzzles.
Yep.
And I thought they were the only ones doing it when CT started, but when they zoomed out, there was like 4 other teams doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what I hate. It's like, tell us where everyone's at. I liked in the, like, we were talking about this earlier, the previous episode, or like the previous seasons, like early on, it would literally give you like a bubble first place, you know?
Yeah.
And let you know exactly where people were.
Now it's just drama. Like, we would actually like to know. It would still be good. I don't understand.
It's like, don't overproduce it where you're just showing us scenes of them doing this boring ass shit that we don't care about. Like, let me know who's in first so I can like
the whole time
get that feeling of like, oh my gosh, are they gonna win?
Like a football game or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They're going to keep doing it. It's going to drive me insane.
I know. They're going like way too far to the left with that.
Yeah, maybe it'll get better. Okay, so Emmy is screaming, why? And kicking rope, and Gabo apologizes and says, my mind doesn't work.
I mean, CT's and puzzles, man. They always come through. Then CT had to give Emmy a little pep talk because she was about to have another breakdown.
Together. Yeah, like CT tells Emmy to fight. And Nelson and Berna are so happy and like giddy and all over each other and disgusting. And Devin explains that Emmy and Gabo are arguably the worst team ever, even though they both look like they've murdered people in their past.
They both do. That's the funny thing. Like they could, I think I was saying this earlier too, is like how Emmy's voice sounds like she could be like a villain in a Bond movie.
I
love it though.
If she kept it up, like,
yeah.
She has too much going on right now, but if she was like more straight, she would sound like such a badass villain. That should be her future. Emmy, if you're listening. Anyway, after the challenge, Josh and Logan are talking, and did I say who wins? Oh, they come together, blah, blah, blah. TJ tells us that Nisa is in the hospital and getting checked out. Hopefully she'll come back. Going to the hospital doesn't look good, so Josh and Logan are talking about that. Because Josh is like, I don't think it's that bad. And Logan recognizes that it is bad because she immediately went to the hospital. And Logan needs Anissa to protect him because he is a rookie. And then Logan tells Josh he might as well go into elimination so he can pick a partner.
Because all of the vets want to eat rookies, I believe is an exact quote.
Yeah, love that. And it's going to be Gabo, so he'd love to face Gabo.
Because he can win at Gabo.
He's at Gabo.
I think he said, I can win Gabo.
I can win Gabo. He didn't say that.
Yeah, he said, I can win Gabo.
I love that so much. So yeah, Logan thinks it'll be easy, and Josh explains that he's made a really good friend with Logan, so he doesn't want Logan to go in because that's another number for him. I mean, he tries to make it about Logan, but it's not.
Yeah, so Josh, Mr. Everything is about everyone else, is trying to convince someone who's making actually a really smart decision to not make that decision to then benefit himself and not that other person's game, just to be clear.
Per usual.
Is that something he was saying to someone else literally earlier this episode?
Maybe. So yeah, Josh is like, wait it out, don't do it. And Anissa comes back to the house and she's officially going home.
Yeah, it was really sad. Although the dramatic, like just staring at Tori saying, yeah, was a bit much.
Shower. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, and then Tori will be helping Anissa shower later, which she is honored to do.
Yeah, it's an honor, and this is not good for Tori.
Also, I would never be honored to help someone shower.
But it's Anissa.
I would be like, oh yes, a task. Thank you so much.
It's so true. But it's just really sad because Anissa like sees Logan and just bawls, and she keeps apologizing, and he's like, no, sorry, no. And she wanted to do good for him.
And then we see CT in a confessional, and he sniffs the air and says, there's blood in the water.
There's blood in the water.
Other fellas can smell it too.
Yeah.
Fellas can smell it too.
Like, dude, you just won. What are you saying?
Yeah,
he randomly says these things. Yeah. A lot about blood. And then we get the club scene, and we have to watch Ed dance for too long.
Yeah,
about it.
I wrote Ed dances, Emmanuel dances better.
And Tori wonders if Ed is a real person, which I don't think it is. Jerry's out. I don't think he's a real person.
He's too positive to be real, and I really don't like that type of positivity in my aura at all.
I don't need that in my life.
No. Like, get
it up.
Yeah. Like, please give me some darkness, some self-deprecation, some trauma.
Yeah, realness. That just doesn't seem real when you're like that.
No.
Like, this is really who you are all the time.
Why are you smiling so much? What are you hiding?
Life isn't that happy.
Are you a serial killer?
Could be.
Possibly.
Anyway, Hemi and Gabo are talking about going in, switching partners. That's their best option. Gabo wants Nani again, and Emmy is happy for him to leave her for his Nani.
for his baby Nani.
Baby Nani.
For his baby Nani.
And then Gabo talks to Nani and tells her he wants to be partners with her again, and she says, I'll go 1,000% for you.
And Nani's so sweet to Gabo. Like, she pumps him up and tells him how, like, great he is, which I don't 100% know is true, but, like, good friend.
Yeah, and you need that positivity. Like, you're going to go in elimination. It doesn't really matter how you do compete on challenges when you are in elimination. Like, sometimes it does, but if you can, like, pull it together and win, like, he's strong.
Yeah, and I feel like if I were Nani, I would much rather have a partner that listens to what I say instead of Huey.
And everyone likes, like, there's no way anyone likes Huey in that house by now.
And Huey can very easily get into a blow-up that will get him thrown in at a club night.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to be partners with that.
Yeah, so we like Gabo. Team Gabo.
And Team Nani, though.
Oh, yeah, Team Nani. I mean, Nani way up here.
Yeah, Gabo a little bit down, but Amber, don't take offense.
My gosh.
Yeah, you're not even on the fucking board.
No. So then Devin talks to Logan about hearing him wanting to go in. Obviously, the house is already talking about it. Devin says the best thing for him is for Logan to have a strong partner, and Logan thinks he can win against Gabo. So this is all good for Devin, Kyle, and CT. They talk about it. My phone is annoying. Kyle's like, I'm not stopping him, and then this keeps CT's hands clean, which are his favorite.
He hates getting his hands dirty.
Yeah, he does, which is the best way to play the game. He's just sometimes a bitch about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Devin doesn't understand why these rookies want to go in, which I haven't seen a season in so long when rookies are like, yeah, I'll go in. Like, not since the early seasons where people volunteered to go in.
No, and it's like, it's slightly different too, because like, you can change partners, and if you're with a bad partner, you're going to go in pretty much anyways in the next, week, but yeah.
I don't know. Poor rookies, basically.
But they were so dumb. Well, it was smart by the vets to get, like, the smart rookies out first, because if you look at the beginning couple episodes, I forgot Michaela even existed, and Kels. Yeah. Can you imagine if they were still in with, like, Michelle and Tommy? Like, they would have been making moves.
Kels, man, he would have been the leader. Like, I'm still confused if he made deals or not, because I've heard both sides, but
I think all he did was want to work with Corey and Nelson. I don't think he was trying to make deals. He was just essentially trying to make friends.
He should have. All right, so next we have a Big T and Logan in bed scene together.
Logan has good hands, and Big T is like an octopus. I believe that was the two comparisons.
Yep. Some metaphors going on, and Logan has the best bed. I think that's how he advertises it.
And honestly, those beds look super uncomfortable,
horrible.
So I don't know.
Horrible.
Yeah, horrible. But I mean, tiny. Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, I mean, we decided that she probably blew him, right?
This is based on previous knowledge of him saying she's an octopus and knowing that she doesn't kiss with any tongue.
Octopus, tongue, tentacles, clearly not going in the mouth. Anyway, I don't know, they have like a really weird breakfast in the morning. It feels weird. I don't know if it's just the cameras doing that.
I don't know. They feel like awkward energy. Like, it doesn't feel like a comfortable hookup situation, but
No, because obviously Big T has to like him more than he likes her.
Yeah, Big T seems like, love. Did we already have the conversation with Priscilla, or is that coming up?
It's coming up.
Okay. Stay tuned.
A weird-ass scene with Priscilla and Big T. So Kyle, like, fucks with him, and he's like, is this a relationship? Is this sexual? And then I think Kyle asks Big T, like, do you like Logan? And then Big T's like, I like everyone except you. And Kyle's just laughing, so respect Big T. Like, that has to be so annoying. Just leave them alone. They're fine. Next we have Casey and Josh falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
Can't talk.
Pretty much Casey is just being a rational human being and communicating with Josh.
Yep.
And Josh is repeating the same things he's been repeating for the past 2 days.
Over and over again.
I don't know. That conversation, though, was just like, Casey was pretty much like, I love you, I care about you, but
we're real friends.
We're done working together this season.
Yeah, like, you're freaking out, and she's sick of putting all this energy and calming him down.
Yeah.
I would never do that. That's exhausting. Like, if Casey's the chillest person in the house, and if you have to waste your time chilling someone else out, like, why are you even doing that? What's the point?
Yeah. Like a grown man. Like, he's not a child. Like, they're all grown people in this household. Like, control your shit.
Let him dig his own grave. Oh, yeah, they're done. She doesn't... I already said that. Josh says he needs to focus on why he's here and fight for his family. I think he cries a little bit, and Casey's just like, I really don't fucking have time with you, and, like, walks away. It's great. I mean, Josh has always been playing Josh's game. He's just trying to make it sound... He's just mad that no one else is going his way. He's just like a toddler.
I just think in his head he thinks he's doing everything for everyone else, but like when you listen to him speak, it's all for himself.
Yeah, and it's very out there. He says these sentences that say they're out there.
Yep.
So now we have deliberation in 20 minutes, the usual blah blah blah, and CT says as a disclaimer that they aren't doing any funny business, him or Berner.
Well, that's because, like, they're pretty much saying, let's vote Logan in so we don't even have to mess with saying a girl's name.
Yeah,
and Logan's like, well, I don't know that you're going to throw in Gabo. And the funniest part to me is how Berna then, like, turned around and looked at him and was like, we're sending in Gabo.
So confused.
Like, no one's trying to screw you over, Logan. What would be the purpose?
Right. And Big T's freaking out because normally when people throw themselves down there, they do not come back, and she doesn't want to lose her little love. Fessy talks for some reason.
Oh, yeah, Fessy all of a sudden is like, well, CT's, like, telling us what he's going to do. It wouldn't benefit his game if he didn't do it. And I think he's trying to just, like, smooth things over, but I don't know. Okay, Fessy. But then he upsets Amber because he said something like, I've played a clean game. And she goes, oh, really?
Yeah, straight up game. And she's right next to him for some reason.
Yeah. And Esther also looked pissed when she said that.
Yeah, I love how much Esther hates Amber.
I know.
It makes me so happy. And Fessy's just like, do we have to keep talking about it? And Amber's like, we'll talk about it later. And this is Gabo's part. And Gabo and Tori is asking him, like, there is a risk, and Gabo wants to go in because he wants a new partner and he wants Nani, and then Huey is super offended and Nani's just smiling. Yeah, this is stupid.
Yeah, I just, like, it's so frustrating too, because it's like, okay, Gabo's pretty much just saying he wants his partner back because he doesn't want to be in a rookie team, and he works better with Nani. Both reasonable things, and Huey takes offense, but it's like, Huey, you just stole his partner.
Yeah, you did the same thing that he wants to do to you.
Yeah, and that's literally what Gabo says, too. Gabo's like, we were friends and you took my partner. Like, what do you mean?
Fine.
Yeah, and then Huey tries to say, but you didn't come up to me beforehand and said, if you're going in, which Gabo probably wouldn't know.
To do that.
Yeah. Well, and that Huey was going in the first place because it was kind of a blindside by Fessy and Esther, too.
Yeah, it was.
So it's like, so he would have to have the foresight of, like, hearing that you're the one going in and then go up to you and say, please don't take the partner that I very clearly like and work with.
Yeah.
If you're friends with someone, that doesn't need to be something that's said. That's just something that's known.
Yep.
But whatever, Huey. And
just selfish.
Yeah, then Huey just starts, like, talking, and Gabo's trying to get another word in, but Huey just talks louder and louder, and then pretty much Nani steps in and is like, well, if you're gonna keep arguing, let Gabo say his piece. And then Huey's a complete asshole and, like, pretty much makes fun of Gabo not speaking good English.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, you're from Ireland. Obviously, you're going to speak better English than someone that doesn't have English as a first language.
He's just such a vile person.
Yeah.
Small-minded.
Yeah. And he's like, then he starts, like, standing up, acting all crazy, saying how Gabo's trying to expose him of being a bad person. And it's like, bro, no one's exposing you. You're exposing yourself right now.
Yeah, everyone's, like, laughing and rolling their eyes and getting annoyed.
Yeah.
And Ashley's like, shut up or you're going to go in.
Yeah. No one left the room thinking less of Gabo. I can guarantee you majority of the people in that room thought less of you after leaving.
Yeah, 100%. After all that, voting finally happens, and everyone picks Logan and Anissa. So Logan. And then we have this weird scene with Priscilla and Big T.
Oh my goodness. Like, where they're holding hands and talking about how, you know, anything can just happen. You know, I like knowing that Logan's, like, going in, and after everything that happened last night, she kind of sounds like a high schooler talking about a new relationship, which is cute, but at the same time, it's like,
or you just hooked up with someone and you're so into it.
Yeah.
But you don't know that they're not yet.
It's like, I would understand this conversation happening not around cameras. Yeah. I would never have that conversation around cameras because self-awareness is key, Big T.
Yeah, so Priscilla's like, they're having fun, but there's genuine feelings.
And anything can happen.
Yeah, it's just a weird cut-up conversation that we didn't need to see.
Well, because it wasn't real information. It was just pretty much them saying generic things about relationships and saying that essentially Big T is into Logan. Okay.
Okay, we don't really care that much, I think. All right, so elimination time, and Logan heads down to the lair, and Tori explains that Anissa's looking on from the stars, and like we were talking about, she just tries too hard to be funny.
I know, her one-liners, like in her first few seasons, were actually pretty funny, but
really
she has lost that.
I don't
unfortunately.
know why.
Let's blame Jordan. I just want to blame Jordan for everything.
Jordan too. He sucked.
Well, hopefully, like after she's a couple years out of that relationship, we'll get back to her.
I don't know. She's really annoying on that podcast.
Yeah, I like younger Tori.
Yeah, we need younger Tori. All right, so then TJ asks CT who is going in, and he says Gabo, and Berna follows suit. And then TJ threatens that even though Anissa went home tonight, he never said this is a male-only elimination. And all the girls are freaking out, and there's a commercial break, and then
yet another TJ fake out.
Yep.
Also, he does it every time.
All the time.
I wouldn't even react until they told me I'm going in.
Yeah, I mean, I think every once in a while, they blindside like that, but for the most part, they don't. So
yeah, they're pretty obvious at this point, and you can't convince me that the producers aren't friends with at least a couple people on the cast, and they definitely know, Devin, I'm looking at you.
So true.
He has a producer friend.
Oh, yeah, he has to, because he has, like, the best one line. He's having a great edit, really, and he talks a lot, and he's, like, the face of the Bet Alliance. Yeah. So they love him, and I mean, we love him, so I'm okay with it. So TJ's just like threatening never assume anything in this game. So it's Gabo and Logan, and they are playing high assets, and the goal is to solve a puzzle on the ground, and 20 feet in the air is the answer key to the puzzle, and they have to climb up this rope and see the key, and then climb down and copy the key on the ground.
And the most amazing part is as soon as they say the word puzzle, Gabo goes, "Aw, shit."
That was so funny. I love that he knows that about himself.
Yeah,
he owns it.
A self-aware king.
I'm really okay with all these foreigners this season.
Yeah,
I love them.
I like most of them.
They're just real. Like, and the Americans, I mean, we love all the bets, but if there was, like, more Americans, like that one chick they didn't even show, who... like her name was Lauren or something.
Oh, Josh's first partner?
Yeah. I mean, she was American and a rookie, and she didn't even make it.
Apparently was there for a couple episodes. Didn't see it, though.
Didn't see it. Love the editing. So, yeah, I like that they're expanding for everyone.
Hate Huey, though. Yeah, but it's fun to hate him at the same time.
Yeah, you gotta have people you hate. Like, they know what they're doing when they're casting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so... Gabo is the first Hungarian to be on the challenge. I'm sorry, we thought you were Polish earlier.
He's on a Polish show.
He's on a Polish show, and he looks Polish.
I don't know enough about Europe to know that Hungarians go to Poland for reality TV. I apologize.
Yeah, there's just probably not enough people. So, so he's talking about his IQ, not high, but his EQ is. He struggles with that.
I also don't think he knows what EQ is.
No. He doesn't. And it has nothing to do with this, right?
No.
Do I not know what EQ is?
No. I think EQ is like your emotional intelligence, and that has nothing to do with a puzzle.
Yeah.
Also, Gabo may be emotionally intelligent, but that's not what EQ is. Sorry, bud.
Yeah. Yikes.
He's trying to say he's strong, but good job.
Good job. You strong. So they begin, and they're flipping over all their puzzle pieces. And Logan's, like, racing up that rope, and that's because he's trying to be a firefighter, so he does that all the time. He doesn't use his legs. They both kind of don't use their legs.
Nope. And did you see the amount of time Gabo took just, like, laying out all the pieces?
Yeah,
people were screaming at him to go up. It's like, Gabo, like, stop flipping your pieces. Like, you can see them all now. Stop organizing.
Yeah, why was he doing that?
I don't know.
It took him so long.
I don't know.
Yeah, Logan's off to a fresh start. And so Big T's like into him climbing rope, which I didn't think was that hot personally. Just climbing rope.
Yeah, it was like she was trying to make a sexual innuendo, but couldn't quite complete it.
Yeah.
And that was a sexual innuendo.
Yeah, so Amanda's like, Gabo, get hungry for this money. And rope climbing is not. Oh, rope climbing is easy for Gabo, but memory is not, is what he says. So Logan's beating Gabo so far. They have like an endless climb up and down. And Logan asks for his first check on his puzzle, and it is incorrect. And Gabo says his arms are not getting tired, and they're just getting pumped.
Yeah.
So funny. Gabo kind of finishes it, and he's praying to Mike the situation.
Yeah, he's praying to Mike the situation to help him with a puzzle.
Yeah, doesn't add up. Did he watch all of Jersey Shore?
Maybe he was too young to remember, you know?
Yeah, he was.
Or maybe that was smart for him. We don't know. He says IQ not big with him. EQ is where it's at.
Right. He's straight up. I mean, he does not lie. Okay, so Gabo, yeah, he checks, he prays to Mike, and it's incorrect. So, no. And then Logan's back down, switching minor pieces, hoping it's wrong, and TJ's like, nope, that's wrong, go back up, go back up. So I think he goes back up one more time after.
Yeah, he like pauses for a bit because his arms can't do it, and then he finally goes back up, and then he comes back, corrects it, and ding, 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 winner.
Yeah, and I feel like the piece that he moved, like I swear it was a circle, like he turned and then it was right, but maybe it was an oval.
It was an oval.
No, I was trying to get, it's just too many symbols. So Gabo lost, and you can just tell how much the house loves him because they're all like clapping and like
telling him to pump up his arm. And his smile when he pumps up his arms is so cute. He loves that they love him.
Yeah, and he like, yeah, he loses with grace, and I think he'll definitely be back. And he's funny, and the cast liked him, like I said. He's good for production. Like, he's a great future challenger. So I'm sure we'll see you again, Gabo. Bye. So now comes the time of Logan picking a new partner, and boom, bada bing, it's Nani.
Oh, and did Huey just waste all of his time rooting against Gabo because he thought that was gonna be how he lost his pitch? In the background, we can also hear Devin go, "Sucks to be you, Huey."
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That was so good. He was so pissed. He's like raging.
I know. I loved every second of it.
I'm surprised he actually doesn't like attack Logan. Go after Logan.
I don't think he goes after Logan because I think Huey, like an asshole, likes an easy target.
Yeah, and everyone loves Logan, and Logan is not an easy target.
No, and Logan can easily defend himself with words. Sorry,
yeah,
Gabo.
he has a metaphor and shut that right down.
Yeah, like I feel like Gabo is the type of person if you get in an argument with, you realize pretty quickly how stupid that is because he'll just talk circles around you.
Yeah, exactly. So he's pissed. Nani's like so happy that she's picked again, and it's a smart move. I mean, Nani has a killer social game, and Logan won't go back down there.
Yeah, and he's a better partner than Huey is. And
yeah.
I loved how Nani goes, "I appreciate you." I don't think Nani wanted to be partners with Huey.
No, not at all. I mean, she put on a good face.
Because she's a kind human being.
Yeah, she's the nicest, greatest human being ever.
We love Nani.
We love you, Nani. I think that's it. Do you have anything else?
Absolutely not.
Awesome. All right, we will be back soon. The next 2 episodes we're going to combine into one since that's like kind of what they did.
Yeah, because I think they were only an hour apiece.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll do that tomorrow. But anyway, thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.